Hey friends, it's Miss Wendy and it is chilly out. So I thought we could make a snowman. Okay, not a real snowman outside, but a pop-up snowman that we can make inside. Come join me and I'll show you how I made this. In your envelope you picked up from the library, you'll find the following items: one supply list, one snow person template, one sheet of cardstock, one brown chenille stem, two pom-poms, you might have different colors, one piece of black construction paper that actually has a hat template on it, and 4 cardstock strips. You'll also need some additional items: a glue stick, a pair of scissors, an orange crayon, a blue crayon, and an optional item, a black marker. Let's clear off our workspace and get started. All right, friends, we are going to bring back our snowman template. And this is a melting snowman. So the first thing that we're going to do is just make little blue lines at the edge of the outline of each of the puddling pieces of snowmen. So you know how a snowman is made, right? Really big snowballs, right? Well, this snowman is melting. And to make it look like it's really melting, we are going to put some water on the edge around the outline of these two kind of misshapen shapes. So we're putting blue to make it look like it's melting, and it's just right around the edge. Just right around the edge of the shapes, okay? Just the two, because this is still in pretty good condition for a melting snowman, right? And just right along the edge. All right. And when you think you have enough blue there, it looks good to you, again, inside, what we are going to do then is cut along the dark line, the black line, all around these 3 pieces of the snow person, okay? Once you are ready with the blue that you've put in. All right, so put your blue crayon aside, grab your scissors, and start cutting. All right, there's one piece. And I'm going to cut this circle, which is going to be our snowman's head, or snow person. All right, and the other piece that looks like it's melting, this is the largest piece, right, out of all 3. All right, now this part is going to go on your snow person like a face. So you can do one of 2 things. You can either cut all these pieces out. First, I would suggest coloring in with an orange crayon your carrot nose. So you could do that. Or if you didn't want to do that, you can draw the face of your snowman right on this snowball here. So you can draw your own face, or you can cut these pieces out, or you can cut a circle around and place it on your, glue it on your snow person. But I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut these pieces out, get my glue stick, and glue them on. So there's my carrot nose, and I'm going to cut out the eyes next. Okay, so I'm going to bring over my glue stick now, and I'm just going to glue these pieces on. So put a little glue on the back of each of the eyes. And on the carrot nose. And I'm just going to draw a happy, smiley face here. A big smile for my snowman. All right, I'm going to put the cap back on my glue. I am going to use it in a bit. So let's just move the pieces of the snow person aside and bring over your 4 strips of cardstock. And we're just going to work with 2 at a time. And the first thing that we're going to do is to make an L. Now, the vertical one that's going up and down is going to be right there. And we are going to put the horizontal one that's going across, like the horizon, like where you see the sunrise and set, right, along the horizon. We are going to put that underneath the vertical strip. And right at that intersection where they meet, there's a square here where they meet. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our glue, uncap it, and just put glue right there. I would put it on the bottom one. And then put your vertical piece back on. Again, this looks like an L, right? So we're going to hold that in place for just a moment to make sure it sticks. After it's had a little bit of time to dry, what we're going to do is make an accordion fold. So the first thing that we're going to do, you see this line here from our strip that's going up and down? We are going to fold our horizontal strip across, and then we have a line right here. We are going to fold our vertical strip down, and then we have a line right here. We're going to fold our horizontal strip across that line, and now our line is here on the paper, right? So we are going to fold our vertical strip up, and that line is now here. So we are going to fold our horizontal strip across, and then our line is right here, right? So we are going to fold our vertical strip down. Now the line is here. We're going to fold our horizontal strip across, and we are just going to continue doing this until we run out of paper. Keep going until you run out of paper. All right, and it may end up perfectly. It may be that you might have to cut a little bit off, but this is pretty well aligned. So what I'm going to do is just put glue on that last bit and fold that down. So put glue right there and fold that last fold down, and I'm going to hold it in place for a little bit until it adheres. And now it's kind of like an accordion. Can you hear music playing? Me either, but I can imagine it. All right, so that one is done. And you guessed it, we are going to do the same thing with these two strips. So with when we make our L, the horizontal one is going to go behind the vertical one. And vertical is up and down, horizontal is across, right? So let's just put a little glue on our horizontal strip. And glue that as best we can, like line up those edges as best as you can. So you don't want it like this, you want it right to the edge and right to this edge too. So this is a little bit off right now. If you could see, it's a little bit off. I'm just going to try to get it as close to both edges as possible. Okay. All right, nicely done there. Okay, so it has had a little bit of time to dry, doesn't need too long. And now what we're going to do is do that fold again. So wherever the line is, the line that the paper has made, you're going to fold over. So fold over, and there's that line now. So we'll get our vertical strip and fold down, our horizontal strip and fold on that line, fold across. Great, and our vertical strip going up and down. Now we see that line across, so we're gonna fold it up. And now there's the line there, so we're gonna fold across and keep folding until you run out of paper. Same thing like we did on the other one. And see, now this one is a little bit off. So this, I'm going to cut the edges off of these right here and right here. So I'm going to get my scissors and just trim this edge and this right like that. Try not to cut the rest of your square. And again, we're going to glue that down. So I'm just going to lift up the last flap, and you could either put glue on this last flap or this one. And then we're just going to stick it down and hold it in place until it stays. All right, and there we have another accordion fold. Woohoo! All right, so we have most of the pieces of our snow person. Now we are going to bring over the black piece of paper. If you want to cut out what looks like a hat, go ahead and do that. If you want to design something else from the black paper, be my guest. Go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to cut out this black hat for my snowman. There's my hat. And the next thing, snow people need arms, right? So I am going to ask you to bring over your brown chenille stem and fold it in half. That means bringing the two ends together. Cut it in half, right? So we're going to cut with our scissors in half, and there's two chenille stems now. Right now we are going to go ahead and fold one of them in half again, and cut that one, and do the same for the next one. Fold it in half again and cut on the halfway point. Now you have how many? 4, right? What we're going to do is we're going to build 2 arms. So take 2 of the stems, make a cross or an X, and then just wrap around and fashion it so you have something that looks like a branch or a hand. So again, we'll take 2 and make a cross or an X or a T, and then just wrap so that they stay together, and then make a little hand out of that. And you can bend these and make any kind of hand that you want. All right, so these, along with our pom-pom buttons, these are going to be our buttons. These are all of the pieces of our snow person. So now what we're going to do, we can move our scissors. We won't need them again, but we are going to need a blanket of fresh white snow. And now we are going to bring over our glue stick, and we're going to take the largest of the 3 of these, the biggest one. We're going to turn it over and put glue on the back side, all over. And we're going to go ahead and flip it over and glue that down onto our white snow. In the middle, or I like it a little bit off center, or down and to the right. All right, the next thing, let's make sure it's glued pretty well. The next thing we're going to do is bring over 1 accordion folded piece of paper on the bottom, or the top really, on one of the squares, put glue, and then put that right in the center of your big snow, what's turning into a snow puddle, right? And now put glue on the top square of your accordion fold. And now take your second snowball that is melting and put it right on top. And once you've placed it there, get ready because it's going to pop up. Now the next thing, you want to grab another accordion fold, the other accordion folded papers, put some glue on one of the squares, and put that right in the middle as well, and hold it down. Whoa, it pops up. All right, last time you're going to put glue on one of these squares, and now put your face on, your snowman's face. So there we go. And oh no, if it slides off, just put it back in the center there, and it's gonna pop up like that. So this is what it looks like from the side view and from the top view. Okay, now some of these things have slid off the snowman. The arm may be way down on the bottom, maybe on the second snowball as well. So I'm going to put 1 arm on the bottom, 1 arm on the second snowball, 1 button on the second snowball, and 1 button just like that. All right, so glue those pieces on. I think the hat has slid off the snow person's head down here, but if you like, you can leave the hat on your snow person. So wherever you'd like to glue these pieces, go ahead and glue. For the hands, I'm going to put some glue on the actual chenille stem as well, and my finger, right? And then I'm going to glue that down because that arm has fallen off and is now part of the puddle. And this one, I think this one is still attached to this side. There we go. And now the buttons. I think this button, I'm going to put some glue on my pom-pom here, and I'm going to place it right in the front where it normally would be, but maybe off to the edge a little bit like it's falling down. And if you may need to re-glue if anything falls off. Put some more glue. And maybe hold it in place for a minute so that it has time to adhere. Little snowman's arm there. All right, sometimes you just have to have a little patience, right? And the other button, pom-pom button, I'm going to put some glue on the pom-pom. And then this one is all the way down, has slid off. And the hat, I'm going to put glue on the back of the hat. And just going to glue it onto my paper here where I think it may have fallen off the snow person, or my snowman there. All right, well, that is your pop-up snow person. You can decorate the snow any way you want. And remember to clean up your workspace and you cap your glue, put all your supplies away, recycle what you can recycle, throw away the things that you can't. Great job, everyone. Woohoo! I hope you enjoyed making our pop-up snowman, and I hope you'll join us for some more DIY crafts. Please check our calendar for upcoming events. Have a great day, and thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.